cucina. Cucina in Italian means kitchen. And this is all about the kids. My grandkids are about ready to arrive. I'm going to have them for the entire weekend. And with kids, everybody has different flavors and taste. So what I want to give them is I want to give them a healthy alternative to sugary things. So what I'm going to show today is a couple of sandwiches. My granddaughter loves turkey, so I'm going to be doing 2 different kinds of turkey sandwiches. One smoked turkey, one regular turkey. We don't have a lot of lunch meats, but when the kids come, I like to kind of spoil them that way. So la prima cosa, the first thing that we got to do is get the daffodil. And I'm using the tree of life because, we are a tree of life. It starts out and then we spread out. And that's how families are. So I'm very excited about bringing this. This is a kid section, this is all dedicated for kids. And your kids might not like this, may not like it. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to put mayonnaise on these sandwiches, and I'm not going to put any mustard, because sometimes the kids may like mustard one day, they may not like mustard the next day, or they may like mayonnaise, but I'm not going to do that. So what I have here is I have sprouted bread for my husband and I, but I'm going to bake them in smaller pieces, so if the kids want to try it, and then just regular bread. So what I'm going to do is going to be very simple, very easy transaction. It used to be that I had to cut this part of the bread because they didn't like it, but now they're growing up and they're doing well. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to get my wonderful lettuce, and this is organic lettuce. Yes, they do have organic lettuce, guys, for sandwiches, and I always like to kind of eye it, and if it's a little bit more, it's no big deal. So I'm going to be using a piece on each one. I'm going to get a paper towel because they're on their way, and I'm so excited. As a grandma, it's so exciting to have your grandkids, especially when your grandson is 17, almost 18, and my granddaughter is 10 going on 20, and I'm blessed that they still like to visit grandma and papa, which that is a blessing. So obviously, I have this, and I am just going to cut a little bit more on this side and on this side. I'm not going to be utilizing this, but I can cut this up, and I can use this for something else, God knows what. But I'll figure that out as I go. Okay, so now I have these guys, and get yourself organized, because when you get yourself organized, it makes everything go so much faster. Okay, now, I'm just going to do it this way, so then that way they all fit here, so I can start working with everything. All right, you know what? I'm not going to use my knife to be precise and pretty, so you just want to make sure that your lettuces are nice and dry. And again, this is, I'm going to be cutting these in halves, and I like to use as much as I can possibly can on the green department, if you know what I mean. Okay, so now I got all of this. Very simple, very easy translation. You guys know how to make sandwiches. It's so easy. So this is going to be, I'm using boar's head lunch meat. So I am going to be using, let's see, I'm working out of a tray. So I'm just going to use couple, because you gotta have the meat. Okay, over here, my husband, he likes smoked turkey. So, it's find out what everybody likes. And sometimes, it may not be, that. Sometimes it's whatever's on sale. So now for my husband and I, I'm going to do the same thing. Couple of slices. Very easy transaction, guys. I know this isn't, it doesn't have to be boring, okay? And I don't want to do a half a pound. I just want to do a couple of slices. All right, so that takes care of that. And so what I'm going to do is, because everybody has a preference by L'Oreal, is I have 2 different cheeses. I am going to be using here, I have Swiss, and I also have the cheddar. So I am going to do one sandwich with the cheddar cheese over here, because I really don't know if the kids like more cheddar than others. And then I am going to do the other ones Swiss. Actually, I'm sorry, provolone cheese. It's wonderful. I love provolone cheese. It is nice and light. So now I am going to do these guys like so. And now, oops. Well, you know what? That one gets extra cheese. Okay, so this one will go here. This one is going to go over here, because I don't know if my husband wants one or the other. I'm going to do the same thing for the kids, you know, and then they can decide what they want to do. And then this way, it's a lot easier. You know, I grew up with, my grandmother would say to me, "You want an apple?" And I say, "Yeah, I want an apple." And then she would go, "Here." And I would say, "Can you cut it for me?" And my grandmother says, "Oh, I'll cut it. But then if you want it to be cut in all these different pieces and all this other stuff, forget about it. You know, you wanted the apple, you know, she'll cut it in half, and that's how you ate it." And we have evolved. I'm just going to put this in the refrigerator, and I will be right back. Okay, I just want to make sure that we got enough. You know what? We don't have enough something going on over here. We are chipping that. We need to give them a little bit more meat here. You know what I mean? All right, I think that this is the regular one. Yes, this is the regular one. Geez, I don't want my grandkids not to have enough food. And you know, for an Italian, oh my God. Yeah, I can tell you this, you'll never go to an Italian's house and not have enough food. We always have food. There's always food in my refrigerator. I'll put all of this later away. So now, very simple transaction, guys. So this is all done. So now what I'm going to do, you know, we got to make it pretty. I'm just going to cut this in, you know, like not in half, but sideways. So then I'm just going to get a platter, because there's more coming. This is just the beginning. So this is, we're going to put it over here, like so. And then I will explain that there is no mayonnaise and all of that. They can figure that out. Okay. So now I'm going to put this over here like so. And then this will be the sandwich department. The sandwiches. Okay, because what I like to do is I like to make things look pretty. So I know that, you know, parents are not going to try to make it all pretty. So here we go. So what I'm going to do to this now, because the kids are on their way, they're not here yet. It takes about 45 minutes to get here. I have this time to prepare all of this because they have no idea. So I'm just going to cover this up just loosely. And this is going to go in the refrigerator with the rest of my meat. So that's done. That's taken care of. Let me clear the decks. All right. So then what I like to do is let me move this out of the way. I have a place right over here. You know, I like the kids to have vegetables and fruits and all of that. And I know that my grandkids, they love carrots. And these are organic carrots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, you know, I want to make things to look pretty. So we could just cut them in, you know, like so. You know, and like that, like this way. And you know what, you could also do this, you know, if you're having company, which I know that a lot of us are getting together with people that, you know, we known for a while. So I'm going to cut this in half because, you know, I have a 10-year-old. So I want this to be my vegetable tray. But I want this tray to look very pretty. And then that way there's other things. You know, my granddaughter loves, she's like a horse. She likes to graze. So I just have my little carrots right there. It's easy. So easy. Okay, so easy. Okay, then I have my celery. And I'm going to remove this part of the celery. Because the good thing is my grandkids, thank goodness, they like to eat celery. So what I like to do is I kind of like to peel it. So it doesn't have all those, you know, those, when you chew it, it gets stuck in your teeth. And so I just like to peel it. Okay, very easy. And I'm going to make these fun. I'm going to stuff these guys. Because, you know, it's all about you eat with your eyes. Well, you eat with your mouth, but if it looks good, you want to eat the manja. So, you know, for a grandma to see their grandkids, it's, you know, after a while, it's such a blessing. And they don't, I guess the grandkids, they don't realize how much we miss them, you know, and I'm sure they miss us too. So, I'm just grateful for the fact that I have grandkids. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to be utilizing for these guys, I have cranberries and I have raisins. Okay, I think you guys know where I'm going with this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I have organic peanut butter. And I don't know about your organic peanut butter, but mine, I have to constantly work it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill this guy up like so. And it's so easy. You take a knife and you just kind of go like so. Very, very simple transaction. Look at that. You're going to get messy, and that's the whole thing about, you know, food should be fun and messy. And this is messy. I remember when I was a camp teacher, when I used to be a Salvation Army. Yes, I used to be a Salvation Army. And we had a camp for kids. And I would make this. Man, I would have my entire hands all covered in peanut butter. And, you know, and one thing in our, you know, when I grew up in South America, we didn't have peanut butter. We have what is called dulce de leche. I'm sure that my cousins, my Argentinian cousins that are watching, they probably go, oh, we know what that is. And we would use dulce de leche with bread and butter. Now, you know, we have evolved. So what I want to do is I want to cut these guys right now so they can lay better for me. Okay? And my husband and I, we love to snack on peanut butter and celery. And the good thing is that the grandkids also like that stuff as well. I'm going to just rinse my hands real quick. I'll be right back. Just 1 minute. All right. So now, you know, I want to be fancy. So we're just going to do a cranberry, you know, a raisin, another cranberry. You can make them all cranberries. This is a good way to get your kids to eat. I used to tell my daughter that the broccoli were trees. And she didn't want to eat any trees. Oh my goodness gracious, these kids, they're so funny. But we can learn so much from them. You know, we can, you know, they still have the joy. And, you know, and a lot of us, not me, but a lot of people are losing their joy. A lot of people are really angry out there because there's just too much going on with life. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring it here. So here I'm just going to lay it like so. So when they come, they can see the pretty colors. Oh yeah, baby. And I haven't had breakfast. And I tell you, as soon as they get here, we're going to have a party. Although Papa's working. But it's okay. We can have a party. But we will make sure that he gets some of this yumminess that are going to be taking place in here. So it's a really pretty thing, guys. Very pretty thing. And you know what? I know that you moms and dads are not going to do all of this, but us grandparents that have the time to do this, and I took the entire weekend off so I can be present for my grandkids. So now with this, I have fresh fruit. I have blueberries and I have strawberries. And right now they're in season. Right now you can buy 2 for $4. And you can get organic. So these all are organic. So what I want to do is, even though, you know, I want to remove the pit from my strawberries. I want to remove this part. They have already been washed. So the grandkids can just grab a strawberry. And another thing too, if you want your kids to eat more yogurt, you could add a little bit of honey to the yogurt. And sometimes if you do the honey and you can dip it in that, sometimes it's even better for the kids too. So you can try to sneak the yogurt in there. Yeah, I know, right? So I'm going to show you what I'm doing here so you can see. Because, you know, everything is visual. And when you make it delicious and you make it fun, I have my daughter and my grandson, we celebrated Mother's Day, and I made all these different trays of all these different things that I am showing you, and the kids loved it. The kids absolutely loved it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these guys over here like so, and then I have some blueberries because I want my blueberries to also be in here like so. And it's a nice visual thing, guys, because when it's visual, then kids are going to want to get into that. Who's not going to want to get into this? I want to get into this. You see, that's super easy thing. And we are not taking that much time. So as you can see, so then what I'm going to do is when I serve this, all right, I am going to get another plate. We have a dishwasher, and then I'm just going to add the nuts because, you know, we got to have some nuts. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. So what I have here, okay, so what do I have here? I have some pistachios, some almonds, some regular almonds. They're all organic almonds anyway. Some peeled, some unpeeled, and then some cashews. So now we have this, and we have the wonderful sandwiches. Now, as you can see, as soon as the kids open that door, they're going to be welcomed with this. And what grandkids are not going to want to come to your house, eh? And the sandwiches. Okay, guys, and this pretty much is it. This is all for the kids. Thank you so much for joining me in this wonderful kid-friendly, easy things to make for the kids, for lunch, for snacks, for whatever. I thank you very much for joining me. Molti grazie per stare con me. Thank you so much for being with me. Mwah, mwah, mwah.